Hi, it's Silver, and I'm back with another video. Again, this one's not Furbies. I thought I would compare the old Puppy Surprise from the 90s with the new one that's just been released. So this is my old Puppy Surprise Sophie, who I got in, I think, 92 or 93. My grandmother gave her to me as a Christmas present. And this is the new one, Caramel. So I thought I would do a comparison because I haven't seen anyone else do a comparison quite like this before, so I thought it would be something that might be interesting to some people, especially if you owned one of the original Puppy Surprises. So first of all, looking at their the size, you can see that the new one is slightly smaller than the old one. She's also wider, and the old one's body is a bit narrower and longer than the new one. She's quite softer than the old one. Another thing that I noticed is her head. She doesn't hold it up. It's very floppy, and I think most of the old Puppy Surprises were like this. Their heads just used to flop down, whereas this one, hers is sewn and her body is stuffed in such a way that her head gets held up automatically, which makes her look a little bit more alert. The old Puppy Surprise in the ear here has the PS embroidered patch, obviously standing for Puppy Surprise, whereas the new ones, they don't have it. But the inside of her ears is like a satin, which is really nice. Makes her look a bit more sort of shiny and new and interesting to kids as well. They have kept the look of the Puppy Surprise much the same. You can see the old one has this top knot here with the bow, and so does the new one there. Something that is slightly different though is the hair on her head goes all the way down the back, whereas the hair on the old Puppy Surprise doesn't. You can see it's just on the top of the head. She's sticking to the carpet because she's got Velcro under her. We'll get to that in a minute. The tails are much the same. You can see that she's got a fluffy tail, and so is she, although her tail is very old and matted because, well, she's very old. She's like 20 years old, so she's quite old. She's got a nice little bow in her tail there, whereas the new one's tail isn't like that. Another nice thing about the new Puppy Surprise is sparkly nose. The old Puppy Surprises don't have these, and also the new ones do have sparkles in their ears and hair and things like that as well. This one doesn't, but I've seen the others and they do. She's just got a normal nose. The head sculpt is pretty much the same. You can see when I put them together here, it's very similar to each other. The eyes are the same shape. They've added extra eyelashes at the bottom on the new one. The mouths and expressions are still the same with the tongue hanging out there. So they've very much kept in the spirit of the old 90s Puppy Surprise. Every Puppy Surprise has a tag and collar, and these ones actually do up with Velcro at the back, whereas the new one, it doesn't. You can't take the collar off, it's attached permanently. Also, when you got one of these in the box, the collar wasn't around her neck, it was separate, and you got to put it on yourself when you got her out of the box. So here's her plastic tag. It's just a flat plastic tag with a Puppy Surprise face on it. You could get ones also that had PS on them as well. This one here is a clear vinyl with sparkles in it, and it says PS. And if you look at the back, there is PS is actually on the back as well, although it's not coloured in. You can see it in the light there. So, but I've noticed on the other Puppy Surprises, some of them don't have a clear one. It's just pink, and it's opaque. So the bodies look pretty much the same. They've got the same sorts of legs sticking out there, as you can see. So they've kept the design of the body pretty much the same. The stuffing, well, she's quite flat actually, but the new one's slightly softer. She's slightly more padded, and she's slightly more padded inside as well. I don't know if you get more puppies in them and they're less padded to make space for the puppies inside, because mine only came with 3. Okay, now turning them over, you can see that this one here has a label on her leg. Now, something that I thought was pretty good with the old ones is that the label's actually inside her tummy, so you can't see it. It hides it from everyone, and it's not sticking out, because I think if there's a great big massive label on it, it's kind of I don't know, ugly, unnecessary. You know, put it inside, it's concealed, then it's still there, but it's concealed, so you know, it's a bit better. And looking at the Velcro here, the old one has got 2 sides of Velcro. You've got the sticky side and the side that it sticks on, if you like. The new one only has, it's much thinner, the strip of Velcro, but it only has the sticky one. This here is just material, it's not Velcro, and I don't really know if that's a good idea or not. I mean, it's much cheaper obviously to make that way, to just put a bit of material in and not actually put proper Velcro on the other side like with these. So I don't know, but I think it was more cost effective just to do the one side of Velcro. So it might have been, I don't know, it's definitely more cheaply made, the new ones, and this shows with the puppies. So let's get the puppies out. Now, my original Sophie, I named her that, came with these 3 puppies. So Sally, a little girl, another girl called Sasha, Barney, a boy, he's asleep, and you could send in for another puppy. If you only got 3 puppies, I had a voucher and I sent in for another one, Bill. And you can see, if you look at them, Bill is much smaller, and I think that the puppy you got with a voucher was smaller because I think it might have been available to everyone. So if you got 5 puppies inside your mum dog, then he was smaller, so he'd still fit in, the extra one. I don't know if they all came in different colours, that's just the one I got. Also, these ones have tags here, whereas his tag is on the side there. Getting the puppies out of this one, all Caramel's puppies that I got were girls. So there we go. All a similar colour to the mum. And these ones, well, she's pink all over. This one does have very, very pale pink and yellow spots. You can't really see in this light, but you can sort of see one on the paw there, and there's some more there. I thought that was cute. Matches her face. She's got little pink spots and a yellow muzzle. This one, Barney, is yellow on top and white underneath, although he does have very pale, you can see there, pink and yellow spots like his sister. And he's got brown spots, a mixture of light and dark brown. Is it? Oh no, they're just all light brown. Well, light brown spots and a brown tail, and he's brown underneath. These ones, I think, yeah, they're all the same colour. The heads are different. So again, you have a smaller one because they've introduced a new thing with the new puppy surprises, the runt of the litter. So her head is much smaller than the others. And you've got the other 2 here as well. Now let's take a look at the ribbons on top. Obviously it's pink for a girl and blue for a boy. These ones here you can see are sewn into the back. They're actually sewn along the seam, and they just wrap around. These ones here were wrapped around the head, and then a tiny stitch was put in the top there. So they're not actually sewn into the seam. But the puppies you can see here have got a little niche where the ribbon wraps around, so it sits nicely on them. These ones, they haven't. It's just the head is put into the body with a cable tie, which you can see there, and that's it. the ribbon's just wrapped around the top. So they're not quite as well made as the old ones, because you've got this massive cable tie sticking out. Of this one in particular, you can see it sticks out quite a lot down there. Whereas if you look at the bottom of this one, you can't see the cable tie, whatever they used, is underneath that. It's underneath the material. So they're made a lot better, and the construction was better. Also underneath their chin, they each had a bone with a heart, which is Puppy Surprise sort of logo thing, similar to that, the bone with the heart. And they've all got this underneath them, even this little guy. But these ones don't. They're just plain. They don't have labels on them, the puppies, at all, which is, I think it's quite good actually, because the labels are quite big on such small things, and although they didn't really get in the way with the old ones, it was still a bit, you know, it's quite big sticking out there. And this actually says it was made in 91, so they're from 91, these ones, whereas these are from 2015, so quite a lot of years later. Yeah, the faces, let's take this one. Should we take, no, let's take this one. Her face is similar to this one here. So, putting the puppies side by side, the new ones are generally smaller than the old ones. Even the larger new ones, not counting the runt, are smaller than the old ones. The construction, well, the moulding here of the face, the sculpt and everything, the ears of the old ones are slightly better moulded. The new ones are longer, and the details aren't quite as precise. The old ones, they are more precise. You can see there it's a deeper cut with the texture. The faces, I think the old ones are much better sculpted. You can see that the face is very definite, the mouth is very definite, whereas the new ones not so much, and they're not as painted as well either. They're quite, the eyes and everything, they're really not as well made as the old ones. The old ones have a sense of quality to them, whereas the new ones just, I don't know. They're very cute, but I think personally they are definitely cheaply made. More cheap than the old ones. But I do like how the new ones have just as much variety with the puppies. I've seen some others with the puppies shown, and they have just as much variety in the way of facial expressions and colours and markings and things like that as the old puppies did. So you've got the different variety in there. It's just the head sculpt is a little bit more cheaply made. But yeah, so this one I thought was small. When I got him I thought he was small, but you can see here, lining them up next to each other, the new runt is much smaller. The head is also much smaller, whereas this one, his head is the same size as his brother, you can see there. So it's just the body that was made smaller. So yes, this is my review of the old and new Puppy Surprise. I'll just show you a quick look inside the tummy. This tummy has got a lining of yellow, similar to the bottom here. You can see the label is in there as well. This tummy here is lined with white, and it's got quite a big capacity inside, so they're obviously all made the same. They're made to take, you know, up to 5 puppies inside them. So there we go. That's the review of the new Puppy Surprise versus the old Puppy Surprise. And that's my little comparison video for them. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I'll be putting up some more Furby videos, as well as another couple of Puppy Surprise videos as well in the near future. So see you next time.